Oh boy, Funko, why did you have to make our boy Phineas look dirty here? What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and today is a brand new edition of This Week in Collectible News. The series where, of course, I talk about different collectibles like Funko, Lego, or basically whatever I feel like talking about. But if you end up enjoying this type of series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but nonetheless, let's kick this video off. And I might as well kick off this video discussing about a teaser from Funko about Funkoville. Funkoville is usually code for their booth at San Diego Comic-Con, which basically signals that very soon, probably within the next couple of weeks, we will be getting the San Diego Comic-Con 2025 exclusive pop reveals. Then I might as well get the Lego announcements out of the way since they're pretty much all back to back. So we got ourselves a Miles Morales mask, Cruella de Vil with her car, Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, and then we have a full-on set of One Piece, which these are pretty cool, especially, of course, people are probably going nuts over that One Piece Lego set, regardless of whether it's a part of the Netflix series or not. Funko will be doing a Pride booth at Pride Village in Hollywood on June 8th and the Pride Block Party in Everett on June 21st, and I'm just going to assume that it'll probably be related to the Pop Yourself, where you can do different customizations involving Pride. And then Funko Hollywood will be closed from June 25th to June 30th, and doors will reopen July 1st, probably because they need to set up 4 Funko Fun Days that will be happening during the last few days of when they will be closed. Funko have announced the next set of limited edition items, and so far there hasn't been anything within this limited edition sets that I need to add to my collection, but I do feel bad for people like FPP who collect Deadpool pops, in which this Deadpool as Cthulhu glow-in-the-dark pop will be limited to 750 pieces, and I believe it did release today as I'm recording this video, and of course sold out with the early access. But I will say that probably my favorite thing out of this set of limited edition pieces is the Optimus Prime Jumbotron. It just looks really nice. Then we got ourselves a couple of Thrill Joy announcements, starting off with Gillman, which has a black and white chase, but also has a gold super chase limited to 48 pieces, along with Victor from Corpse Bride, which has a skeleton chase, and then last but not least, we have Annabelle that has a bloody chase. It's not too often that I discuss about Thrilljoy because it seems like I'm always late with the announcements. Funko have announced a wave of pops for the upcoming Jurassic World Rebirth movie, in which these do look really nice, especially, I can't really pronounce the name, but it's of this creature here where I remember predicting it for what's supposed to be an upcoming Jurassic Park Funko NFT set, but I'm gonna guess it's not gonna be a part of an NFT set because it's announced here. U2s this week have announced a weighted Demogorgon plush along with the new Sally Face figure. The weighted plush seems very interesting. Tubbs have announced figures of Po from Kung Fu Panda along with Shrek. I think this is actually the first time I'm discussing about Tubbs, which I totally forgot about them until it appeared on my algorithm for some reason, but these do look really nice, both figures in their own way, especially the Po, which has some dumplings. Target have announced a 10-inch figure of Gardevoir from Pokemon. Not surprised, usually Target is the home of these 10-inch Pokemon pops. Funko have announced a set of 30th anniversary Casper movie pops, and this set is pretty cool, especially the 3-pack involving the ghosts. That's absolutely hilarious and probably a highlight to the set, and I really like the fact that we have Casper along with the human form as its chase. Then Funko also announced a set of Ranma half pops. This is an anime related set of Funko Pops, which I've never heard of this before, so I can't really talk about these. We got ourselves a set of solo BTS pops, which this is kind of interesting considering a lot of the BTS pops we've had are either the 7-packs or the singular pops relating to the same video. Now we have the 7 different members, but all of them are from separate videos. That is pretty interesting to get different videos, but with certain band members. We got 2 pops for Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, which both of these are pretty cool, and I like the one that is on the broom. We got a set of Magic the Gathering pops, which it's been a long time since we had Magic the Gathering, and it definitely makes sense because I believe the current CEO of Funko, Cynthia Williams, was the previous CEO of Magic the Gathering, so I feel like it might have been easy for her to obtain the license for a company she once worked for. We got a set of Beetlejuice pops, which even though I have seen the first movie, I still have yet to see this specific movie. So maybe, you know, if I actually ever have free time in my life, I'll actually be able to watch this movie soon. We got a set of Ghostbusters 2 pops, and although we've had many pops of the Ghostbusters members, members, we do have a pop of Vigo for this set, which is probably the highlight in my opinion. We got ourselves a set of Attack on Titan pops, and once again, even though I've heard of this anime, I have yet to see it, so I can't really talk about these pops much besides saying that they are pretty detailed, including Armor Titan. We got ourselves a new wave of Sonic the Hedgehog pops, including a Pop Plus. I do like the variety of pops in this set, including newer characters like Blaze and Jet, which Jet is probably my favorite of this set. We got ourselves a Back to the Future Hoverboard Chase Deluxe Moments. I love this and absolutely hate it at the same time. I love it because Back to the Future is one of my top 4 sets of pops to collect, but I hate it because it is a deluxe moments and it takes up so much room when it comes to your collection. So I feel like this is one that I'm going to skip out on for the next little while, but I will eventually get it. Box Lunch have announced their own exclusive pop of Lunch, which also has a chase. Although Funko have been killing it as of late as terms to the way they've done chases, like the Casper one that I discussed about a little bit ago, this one is a little bit meh because all they did was switch up the head mold while the body mold is exactly the same. And last but not least, before we go to our top 5 list, is of course the new Phineas and Ferb pops that got announced by Funko. We have been anticipating this set for a while, ever since it was a part of the rumor mill. And now that it's announced, this is now a set of pops that we can look on by showing people why we don't add pupils to Funko Pop eyes. Especially when you look at Phineas himself and the fact that he looks absolutely cursed. And although Ferb is kind of the same way with the pupils, at least the black eyes kind of stand out, while they took the actual color of Phineas's eyes being blue and added it to the pop, making him, like I keep mentioning, look cursed. It's even to the point that even though when we originally saw that he was positioned frontwards, in the actual glam shot they actually tilted him sideways to look less creepy, which I feel like they did that because of the backlash from all of us Funko collectors. Cause not gonna lie, when you look at Phineas frontwards, he kind of looks like that Momo girl that went viral a couple years ago. But then when you look at him tilted, it does look alright, but I think they could have done it better. I know that Minter a few years back actually did a concept of Phineas and Ferb Funko Pops with the traditional Funko Pop eyes, which I feel like Funko could have pulled off these pops with those eyes instead of having the eyes they pulled off here. But I will say that the highlight of the set are all 3 of the Perry Pops, especially Agent P, which looks absolutely mint. Today I wanted to give a shout out to Sentinel 107, and the reason I'm giving them a shout out is because they signed up for our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month, which not only do you get a shout out on every single video, but you also get a bunch of other perks like using custom emojis in the comments, and more importantly, early access to every videos and shorts that we do on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It'll be greatly appreciated and will help out this channel tremendously, especially because of how expensive these videos can be to do for you guys. So definitely consider, but nonetheless, let's continue on with this video. So kicking off with the usual top 5 list, coming in at number 5, we have ourselves the deluxe moments for Back to the Future 2. And it's right at the bottom of the list because I know I'm for sure going to be getting this at some point, but it's going to be a little while. Probably until this pop is way lower in price, because already in Canadian dollars, it's probably going to be around $90 to $100 to buy this thing. Coming in at number 4 on my list is the set of Casper the Friendly Ghost Pops. Overall, I think this is cool. I love the 3-pack and especially the incorporation of the common and chase for Casper, but unfortunately, I don't see myself buying these pops. Coming in at number 3 on my list is the Shrek figure from Tubbs. I thought I would add a Tubbs figure since this is their debut on this series, and it was really difficult choosing the 3 different Tubbs, which I totally forgot to mention about the Five Nights at Freddy's Tubbs that look pretty cool also, but there's something about the Shrek that if I were to purchase one of the 3 different types of figures, it would be the Shrek out of the 3. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the set of Phineas and Ferb Pops. This had potential of being the number 1 set, but it's literally because of the way that Phineas and Ferb look that bring these pops down to the number 2 spot. Maybe if at some point Funko switches those blue eyes out with the black eyes on Phineas, maybe it would look better, but because of how cursed Phineas looks, it costs the spot for number 1 for these pops. And coming in at number 1 on my list is the One Piece Lego set. For a little bit there, Lego has had a streak of taking the number 1 spot. They didn't last week. Now this week, it might start a new streak of LEGO taking the #1 spot. Yeah, LEGO's been killing it as of late, and I knew that LEGO had to be a part of this list, and it might as well once again reclaim its throne at the #1 spot on the list like it did for almost a month straight.